exciting episode of As the River Churns.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Hope you all are having a beautiful day. You know, it is a gorgeous day outside.
It's gorgeous out today.
Did you do anything fun this weekend, Lisa?
Well, we kind of went back to what we used to do when the kids were little.
Yeah, sleep?
No, not sleep. Everybody in the neighborhood, we all had kids around the same age.
Yeah.
And we'd all come out to our driveways and set up our, chairs and those kind of things. And the kids would play in the street area and everybody's driveways. And we did that this weekend. We just sat out in our driveway, waved to neighbors as they went by, and it was like old times. It was great.
You know, it was a little weird, though. I mean, because it was a beautiful weekend.
Yeah.
And, I spent Saturday doing a lot of work around the house. But, Sunday, with it being Palm Sunday, was definitely different, when you're doing church at home, which is what we did. And it was great, don't get me wrong. But it was, it's a little different than being in church.
It is.
And I'm sure, like most of you, our pastor had, he wasn't doing it live, but he had a pre-recorded message for us with it being Palm Sunday. And so, I mean, it was great. And it's, I think one of the things that I'm getting from this time is that I'm having more quality family time than what I used to have. So, if there is a benefit to this, that's one of the things that I have seen from my perspective. But, all right, we need to turn over our...
Yes. You're going to help me today?
I'm going to help you today.
Okay.
You ready?
1,
2, 3. Oh, there we go. Okay, good deal.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk about the trivia question.
Okay.
This is a tough one.
It is. So this question is from Dick Schroer. So I think this is the first one he's ever sent in to us.
Yeah. Thank you, Dick.
According to the Wall Street Journal, in the week ending on March 21st, sales of this one product surged 647%.
Wow.
More than any other food, beverage, or consumer product. What was the product?
Wow.
So
I have a guess, but I don't know. My guess might seem kind of obvious.
I was going to say it's not an obvious answer, I don't think.
Okay. All right.
So the question, according to the Wall Street Journal, in the week ending on March 21st, sales of this one product surged 647%, more than any other food, beverage, or consumer product. What was that product?
Okay.
So I think Michelle's ready to receive calls. So the number is 336-389-4103. 336-389-4103. And she's still standing in the studio here, and she has not gotten a call yet.
Okay. What? Maybe they're waiting to hear what the winner's going to get before they call.
That's probably it. And it's a good prize today.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, they're all good prizes, Lisa.
Well, that's true. You're right. You're right. It's a $25 gift card to Target.
Oh.
And you can safely use this by ordering online.
Online, yes.
Yes.
Don't
you do
go
not
out
have to go to the store to use this.
Don't need to go to the store. Right, right. Okay, so I'm sure Michelle's phone's going to ring off the hook here.
Okay, we're ready.
Okay.
We're ready. Still no callers yet.
All right, we'll see. We'll see how that works out.
People must be Googling it right now.
Well, that's what I'm guessing, right?
Yep.
So. Okay, so let's get everybody caught up a little bit on coronavirus, as we typically do. And again, I'm using the latest statistics from North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. So as of today at 11 o'clock, there was 40,726 completed tests in the state of North Carolina, 40,000. And that, I was looking at that, that compares to, I think it was like 31 on Friday. Let me double check that real fast here. I got that right here. 31,598. So they've done almost another 25% worth of tests over the weekend. So 40,726 completed tests. Of those 40,000, 2,870 confirmed cases out of that. So again, when I did my little percentage, it came out, it's a little higher than what it's been running. It's about 7%.
Okay.
But we know it's going to run a little bit higher because we know that a lot of places are not even testing people when they don't have symptoms or they have very few symptoms. They won't
really
test
have
them.
to suspect that you have it to
Yeah,
give
you almost
the
have
test.
to go into the hospital before they test anymore.
Right.
So So we know that number is going to be, well, and if that's the case, then it's even lower than 7%. It's way lower than 7%. Unfortunately, though, we've had a lot of deaths since Friday. We've added 14 more deaths from where we were on Friday. We're at 33 in the state right now. And we have, of the 2,870 confirmed cases, we have 270 people in the hospital, which is 9.4% of the confirmed cases. And that compares with 259 from Friday. So it's about 11-person difference between Friday and today. And 89 counties now in the North Carolina have at least one case. So just a quick kind of tabulation of cases. Let's see. Forsyth has 94 as of 11 o'clock today. Guilford has 104. So we did break over that 100 mark, which I kind of figured we might. Durham has 191 cases. Wake County has 314 cases. And Mecklenburg County has 733 cases. So in the city of Charlotte area is pretty high. And again, we know this hits the metropolitan areas pretty hard, harder than the more rural areas. Switching gears a little bit from the tabulations. On Friday I talked a little about residents leaving the campus.
Right.
And so those outside trips went down a little bit this weekend. Mm-hmm. We ended up having 12 on Saturday and 12 on Sunday, so I was kind of happy to hear that. But even with that in mind, we are going to be putting in some stricter measures starting tomorrow. So if you are going outside of River Landing for what we deem to be an unnecessary trip, things like going to the grocery store, then you are going to, when you come back, you're going to be asked and you're going to be given a warning card, and we're going to record that. And if you decide to go again anytime within, after that, if you decide to go anytime after that, you will be then asked to do a 14-day quarantine. So we're going to quarantine those folks. And you're also going to get a call from Cindy as well when you get a warning, because she's going to try and see if maybe there is a way we can help you so that you don't have to feel the need to go out. I mean, that's the whole purpose here. We're doing more and more for residents now, and so I think there's less and less reasons to go out. And you all know this. It's community spread out there. We need to really keep limiting our opportunities and needs to go outside of our campus. The more we can keep residents here, the better we can protect you, and that's the whole purpose here. So not trying to come down on people harshly, but this is just an opportunity for us to be able to try and do a good job of keeping people safe here. And we know that if you've been watching the news, you might know this, but there are nursing homes around us. There are retirement communities around us that are having a case or two. As a matter of fact, I think I heard one this weekend in Hendersonville. It was an assisted living place that has 23 in their on their campus. So we do not want that here at River Landing. So we're just asking you nicely to obey by what we're trying to put out there. And so hopefully we won't be doing 14-day quarantines for people, but if we have to, we have to. And that is what we've decided to do. You all might have seen this. It was in the News and Record about getting a scorecard for Guilford County as to how well we're doing with stay-at-home. And Guilford County did not get a good score.
We did not. No.
D- for, and they track that by cell phones or something. I'm not sure exactly how they do that.
Yep.
But we can do better than D-, obviously. And I think our scorecard is much better here at River Landing, obviously. But still, I think we got room for improvement.
Wouldn't you say this is the most crucial time?
It is. I think if you look at our country, but especially look at our state and our areas, we are about 2 weeks away from peak, is what I'm seeing, at least what I'm reading and hearing. So these next couple of weeks, we have really got to try and flatten that curve out and try and keep residents here at River Landing. we'll continue to kind of work in that vein, and that is our goal. And we don't want to be mean about it, but we're going to start really enforcing this with the quarantines first. That's going to be the next thing we're going to do.
And that information should be on Care Merge and in your boxes tonight.
Yeah, we have Cindy was able to do a letter for us, and we'll have that out tonight. So, okay, let's see. We had talked about the vacuums. This was a good thing. We talked about vacuums, and I think we were able Friday to be able to get some vacuums for the folks that are in the apartment buildings.
Right.
And so they started using them this weekend, and now we have my understanding is we have vacuum cleaners up at the clubhouse.
Yeah, so how we're working that is give Whitney a call, and she will have someone deliver you the vacuum. And when you get done, give us a call back, and we'll come pick it up. And then that way we can sanitize before each use, and that way you all aren't having to load and unload out of your car as well, because it gets a little cumbersome having that vacuum.
Right.
So just call Whitney. She'll schedule deliveries for that.
Super.
Yeah.
We started temperature checking today at mealtimes.
We did, yes.
Not sure. I know we were still getting the probes out to our team, so we may not have been 100% at lunch
Probably didn't
today.
catch everybody today, but we're...
For dinner time, we should be good.
Right.
We should have that ready. So just so you all be aware, again, that's just an extra measure. Try and keep you safe. Some people run a low-grade fever and don't even know it. So if we can help you by keeping you safe and keeping you away from other residents if you have a fever, then so much the better.
Yeah.
Another reminder, if you have a family member delivering items to the clubhouse, we deliver for you. Please do not come up to the clubhouse to meet your family. That kind of defeats the purpose of visitors.
Right.
And we don't want to have to stop having family members come and deliver products here.
Because that's helped out so many residents, and we don't want to bring that project crashing down. So.
And if you are leaving campus, and I know there might be a couple, if you're leaving campus to go visit family members, that is a no-no. You cannot do that. That defeats our purpose. So when we find those things out, those are some of those things that we're going to do the warnings for, and we're going to quarantine you if we find that out. And then another, just a reminder to watch your speed around campus. Make sure you're stopping at the stop signs just because there's not...
I've had some reports of that from other residents.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you all out there just kind of watching out for each other. And some of our walkers have reported people speeding and not stopping at the stop signs by the clubhouse. And that's an important area to be really careful with.
Yeah, I think some people just think that it's because it's only residents and staff pretty much that are on campus these days that they can kind of blow by the stop signs.
Sure.
Please don't. Please follow our rules there. And then the last reminder is just, the social distancing. And we all keep hearing this in the media about how important that is. Keep that 6 foot distance from people. And, that's one of the best ways, I think, to try and keep the spread of this virus from happening. So, Lisa, I think that's it on the updates.
Yes, I
what
have
about,
a few questions today.
We got questions today, right?
Okay, this first one's a really important one. You ready, Tom?
Ready.
Is there any way to purchase items from the ABC store and get them delivered to me?
Oh, my goodness. Now, that is that might be one of the best questions we've had here, I think, to be quite honest with you. So, because, if I were living here, which, I'm home now, but if I were living here, I'd want to have a way for to get the stuff from the ABC. I get that. So, so I think the answer is we're working on that.
We are.
We might have a solution for
Whitney's actually reached out to the ABC store, and we're going to come up with a plan.
We are.
So,
we might have to take.
Tuned.
We might have to take 2 buses over there when we go over.
We may. I don't know.
I don't know. It reminds me of when residents used to go to the wineries. Remember?
Yes.
We had one bus that took the residents over,
and
we had another bus that had to go to bring back the stuff that they were buying from the winery.
You're right. So. Then we got Miss Nancy. We had plenty of space below.
Well, you know what? That worked out really well.
Took care of it right there.
And I can't blame residents. If you're going to a winery, and you're taste testing, you like a wine,
absolutely.
You want to buy some of it, right?
Absolutely. So just stay tuned. We'll have some more information on that.
And that'll be a good thing to have. So that could be something hopefully we'll be able to work something out there. All right, what's the next one?
I've gotten this one asked a little more frequently. If my doctor or PA is willing to do a house call, will River Landing let them come to my home?
Yeah, the answer to that is of course. We will screen them and temperature check them like we would anybody else. But, that to me is like having a caregiver in your home or, anything like that. So
Right.
certainly we want, if the doctors are willing to come or PA's willing to come, I think we would certainly encourage that.
And doctors' offices have been getting more creative. So we're just starting to see and hear some of these kind of things.
They are, aren't
It's
they?
kind of going back to older days of
Yeah.
how they provided medicine. Next one, are we still admitting non-River Landing residents into Wingfoot?
Yeah, the answer to that is no. We are
It's been a
not.
while.
Yeah, we
Yes.
haven't done that for over a month now.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think I mentioned this to you all on Friday, but it's worth repeating. We have now set up, as you all remember, Wingfoot is in two sections, two 8-bed sections or 8-room sections, and so we have taken the section that would be the normal place for folks to come in for short-term rehab, and we have basically said now that is going to be our quarantine area for COVID-19, and so we've got that all set up now and ready to rock and roll. So the answer is no, because otherwise, if we were still taking residents in, we would already be filling those rooms up with other folks, but we're not at the moment doing that.
Okay. Some of us in the main building like to use the stairs. Is the housekeeping team cleaning the stair banisters and door handles?
So are they, Lisa? Are they cleaning the
are.
banisters and?
They are.
Okay.
Yes, I double-checked before coming down, and they were cleaning them as I was speaking to them. So
Well,
yes, they
all right then.
hit those regularly.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yep.
That's
Not
really
that
good.
we're recommending you take the stairs, just that they are being sanitized and cleaned. So
So if you are one that likes to use the
Right,
stairs, you can
right,
feel
right.
certain that they are being
Absolutely.
cleaned and
Yes.
disinfected on a regular basis.
yes.
And that's good to know, because you wouldn't always expect that with
No, no.
stairs, that might be the case. So
Because typically we don't use the stairwells as normal traffic time either.
Right.
So,
right.
but they are being cleaned.
Okay.
Next one, could someone show us how to use Skype, FaceTime, and Zoom? Zoom is kind of a new one people are talking about.
Zoom.
Zoom. I had a
Kind of fun to
resident.
say. Zoom.
Zoom. I had a resident send me some pictures. It was Sarah Hooper. So thank you, Sarah, for sending those to me. She was showing me how she did a Zoom call with her family, and I think she had 9 or 10 people in the call. And it was pretty cool how she was doing that. And she said her daughter helped her set it up, and they send you a link to be able to click on, and you just Zoom into your family.
Yep.
It's amazing.
It's pretty neat.
So I think Cindy and her team are working on coming up with a program for us to be able to show that, of how to do it and all those good things. So that's coming soon.
We might be taking one of our days next week, right? Isn't it next
think
week,
so.
Cindy? Yes, next week that I think we're going to try and do that with, to show you how to
right.
be able to do that.
Yep.
So that'll be good.
Okay. I've had this one asked frequently. I have to have my car inspected this month. Can I do this safely?
Well, this is kind of crazy. Nobody's using their vehicle, so why do you have to have inspected? I'm actually wondering why the governor hasn't just kind of delayed that.
They
at this
haven't
point.
delayed it yet from what I've
And I
looked
guess
at.
they got the system
so
in place. It'd be too hard to change it.
I
don't know,
guess,
but
I guess.
but the answer is yes, right? We're finding out
Yes.
that we're from several residents that have had that go out and have their car inspected, that there are places now that will do like a drive-through.
Exactly. They'll let
Right.
you drive up. You don't even have to leave your car, and they take care of things for you. So you want to call and ask your place that you're going to. And if they don't do it, call for another spot that does. So, because there are plenty of places out there that are doing the drive up.
Yeah, and maybe what we can do is, if you as residents have used any of these places that have that, why don't you let Cindy know, and then Cindy can kind of maybe put on Care Merge some of the
Yeah,
places that are
be a
doing
good
that,
resource.
and we can just pop those out so people can
Sure.
see, so that they don't have to call and find out necessarily.
Absolutely.
So
Yep.
if you had your car inspected recently, would you go ahead and you were able to do the drive up and not get out of your car? Will you let Cindy know that? And we'll just that would be good to be
Yep,
able to have on
that's
Care
great.
Merge. So.
I-
Okay.
I had one more thing that I
Uh-oh.
missed to mention.
Wait a minute. This isn't on our list.
It is
approval
not on
list.
our agenda today, so this is going off the cuff here.
Okay.
Okay. In addition to the communication you're going to have regarding leaving campus, we also had a press release from the Internal Revenue Service,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Criminal Investigation, the Charlotte Field Office. So when you get that in your box, please read that. That's related to the stimulus checks. There's a lot of scams that they're already investigating and getting ready to investigate related to
Yeah,
it.
This is crazy.
So please read through that, because there's a lot of specific things in there that you'd want to make sure that you're not doing. The biggest thing is if you receive a phone call, text, or email asking for payment or confirmation of personal or financial information, this is a scam. The IRS is not going to do that. So that's one of the biggest things. But they also have other tips on here, too, of things to look for a scam related to the stimulus checks.
Yeah.
A lot of things are out there, and they're already investigating them.
Yeah, I think we've talked about this before, but if anybody asks you for your driver's license number or a credit card number or your social security,
Bank
for your
account.
date of birth,
Yes.
and they are calling you, you're not talking to them,
Right.
the red flag should go up. I mean, you should really go, oh my gosh, this doesn't sound right. And before you give any of that information, just ask for a phone number or somebody that you can call back and just say, you know, I want to make sure that I can trust that this information is going to be good for you. And then you come ask us and ask Cindy, ask Homer, ask Lisa or myself. And I can tell you that 99 times out of 100, if they're asking for that information, it's a scam.
Right.
They are not out there for your best interest. So please don't do that.
Yep. So that information will be on CareMerge and in your boxes tonight.
Good. Thank you. That was a good add-on.
Yep.
All right, Lisa. So our show's going to be a little light today. So, but why don't you talk about birthdays today?
Okay, we have 3 birthdays today. 3 special people: Ada Burge, Jerry Boone, and Jack Wakestaff.
Okay.
So happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday to all 3 of you. That's awesome.
Okay, I need to check to see if we have a winner. And Michelle is shaking her head. We don't.
No winner. So did you have anybody that called and said toilet paper? Nobody that called? Because I thought toilet paper was the answer. That would seem to make most sense, right?
Well, that
can't
is
get it.
very
Still can't get it.
strange.
Okay. So Lisa, you know what? I think the show's just nobody's watching the show anymore. So
I guess not.
Or maybe that was just a tough one. You know that? I'll be honest.
It is a tough one.
I would not have guessed this one.
So what would you have guessed, Tom?
Well, like I said, the toilet paper was the obvious one. So.
And so it's not toilet paper.
Yeah.
Someone yelled from the studio audience, alcohol. No.
That only went up 673%,
Right.
not 677%.
So the question was, according to the Wall Street Journal, in the week ending on March 21st, sales of this one product surged 647%, more than any other food, beverage, or consumer product. What was the product? Yeast. Yeast for making bread.
Yeast.
Rolls, bread.
People are making their own bread
Yes.
and rolls. Yeah, I mean, I hadn't thought about that, but
Yeah. No, I wouldn't have thought of that one. But
so
it was a good
instead of
question.
2 people buying it, 5 people have bought it now, and that's why it's the highest percentage, right? I'm sure that's what it had to have
It must
been,
be.
right? I don't think I've ever gone to the grocery store and my wife said, "Would you get me some dried yeast?" I don't think I've ever had that happen.
Probably not.
Let's see, I need eggs, milk, and dried yeast, okay? I mean, you know, I don't know. I never had that. So.
No.
Okay, so, Dick, I guess you get the $25
I
gift
think
card,
so.
right?
I think that's only
if
fair.
If they stump the residents, they get
Yes.
the actual gift, right? Didn't we have it on
Absolutely.
Friday?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Lisa, last but not least, we do have a joke today. As a matter of fact, this joke today, or a story, came in today from 2 residents. So it must be good if it came from 2 residents. This actually came from Mary Irvin and Sam Leitner. So this is this is a joke about squirrels. Okay.
Squirrels?
Squirrels.
Squirrels.
Okay.
Okay.
This joke is nuts, right? So here we go. In a small American town, a band of squirrels had become quite a problem. The Presbyterian Church called a meeting. That's unusual. Presbyterian churches don't call meetings, you know. The Presbyterian Church called a meeting to decide what to do about their squirrel infestation. After much prayer and consideration, they concluded that the squirrels were predestined to be there and they shouldn't interfere with God's divine will. That's what the Presbyterians decided. Okay. At the Baptist Church, the squirrels had taken an interest in the baptistry. The deacons met and decided to put a water slide on the baptistry and let the squirrels drown themselves. The squirrels liked the slide and unfortunately knew instinctively how to swim. So twice as many squirrels showed up the following week.
Oh.
That was at the Baptist Church.
Okay.
The Lutheran Church decided that they were not in a position to harm any of God's creatures. So they humanely trapped their squirrels and set them free near the Baptist Church.
Oh.
which is why the Baptist church had so many, I
Right.
guess. 2 weeks later, the squirrels were back when the Baptists took down the water slide. Oh boy, the Baptists took down the water slide and they came back. So the Episcopalians tried a much more unique path by setting out pans of whiskey around their church
Ooh.
in an effort to kill the squirrels with alcohol poisoning. That might solve our ABC thing.
Well, it might.
They sadly learned how much damage a band of drunk squirrels can do. All right, but here the Catholic Church came up with a very creative strategy. They baptized all the squirrels and made them members of the church. Now they only see them at Christmas and Easter. That was pretty clever. And let's see, and not much was heard from the Jewish synagogue. They took the first squirrel and circumcised him. They haven't seen a squirrel since.
Oh my gosh. Go
That was
figure.
cute. Yeah, we'll probably get letters about that one. But
We probably will.
that was really good. That was cute.
That was a good one.
Thank you, Sam and Mary, for sending that to us. So, and if you have other jokes,
We're needing more.
We're
Our
needing more. We
supplies
have
getting
a couple
low.
for the next couple days, but we could always use more jokes, right?
Yes. Yes.
So, well, with that, we're going to close off for today. So tomorrow, as a reminder,
Yes.
we are going to be replaying the dating
Dating
game from the 15th anniversary.
And you don't want to miss it.
You
because
don't want to miss it.
Wednesday's show will not make sense.
Yes, and
You
I
do
know
not
that there was
watch it.
two incredible commercials that were part of the dating game,
Yeah.
so you're going to want to watch those
Absolutely.
as well. And if you watch tomorrow, you need to watch tomorrow to set up Wednesday for
You do.
our special guests on Wednesday. I'm excited about Wednesday. I think Wednesday will be a lot of fun.
Yep.
So hopefully you all get a chance to be able to watch tomorrow and come back on Wednesday. So I guess for now we say have a great evening, afternoon and evening, and we love you all. Thank you.